Victory. The warlords were vanquished, their reign of terror finally over.
Lewis stood overlooking the valley. A cold wind cut through him. He should feel joy, relief, but he felt only a chilling emptiness.
He remembered the prophecy. The last warlord shall rise again, stronger, fueled by darkness itself. He had dismissed it, a rambling myth. Now doubt gnawed at him. Was this truly the end?
His hand instinctively went to the hilt of his sword. It felt cold, lifeless. He was weary. The weight of countless battles heavy on his soul. He yearned for peace, but deep down he knew it was a fleeting dream. Deep within the bowels of the earth, the last warlord stirred. Mortally wounded, left for dead, he clung to life. As darkness enveloped him, a voice whispered from the abyss.
It offered him power beyond measure, a taste of forbidden magic. All he had to do was surrender his soul.
The warlord, driven by vengeance, readily accepted. He would have his revenge no matter the cost.
The earth trembled as he rose. Gone was the frail, wounded man. In his place stood a being of immense power, his eyes glowing with malevolent energy. The prophecy had come to pass. Lewis felt it first, a tremor in the earth followed by a wave of palpable dread. He knew with a certainty that chilled him to the bone that he had been wrong. The last warlord lived.
Their blades clashed in a blinding flash of steel and dark energy. Lewis fought with the skill and ferocity of a seasoned warrior, but the warlord was unlike any foe he had faced before. He moved with unnatural speed, his blows imbued with dark magic. Each parry sent shockwaves through Lewis's body.
He was outmatched, his strength failing. He realized with growing despair that this was a battle he could not win alone.
As darkness threatened to consume him, Lewis remembered the words of an old mystic. When all hope seems lost, true sacrifice can tip the scales of fate. He looked at his sword, its blade shimmering faintly. An inscription, barely visible before, now pulsed with a soft light. It spoke of an ancient ritual, one that could banish the warlord back to the abyss. But it came at a terrible price, the wielder's life force. Lewis did not hesitate. He would not let his world fall to darkness. Not while he still drew breath. He closed his eyes and focused his will, channeling every ounce of his remaining strength into the blade.
The air crackled with energy as Lewis unleashed the ritual. A blinding light engulfed the warlord, a vortex of energy opening beneath his feet. He roared in defiance, lashing out with waves of dark energy. But it was too late. The abyss had him in its grasp.
Roaring, no, this cannot be.
As he was dragged down, he locked eyes with Lewis, a look of pure hatred etched on his face. Then, with a final, ear-splitting scream, he vanished. The light faded, leaving behind an eerie silence. Lewis collapsed, the last of his strength spent. He had won, but at a terrible cost. He could feel his life force ebbing away, slipping through his fingers like grains of sand. Lewis awoke to the warmth of the sun on his face. He was weak but alive. He had survived. As he looked out over the valley, now bathed in the golden light of dawn, he felt a sense of peace he had never known. The war was over. The warlords were no more. But he knew that evil never truly slept. It lurked in the shadows, waiting for its chance to rise again. And he, Lewis, would be there to meet it.
He rose to his feet, leaning heavily on his sword. His body ached, his spirit weary, but his resolve was unshaken. He was the guardian of this fragile peace, and he would not falter. Not again. The world was safe, for now.